Welcome back to Side 1, Side B, with Dave and Steve. I am Steve.
And I'm Dave.
And I am Pedro de la Pedro. Actually, you know what? That sounds maybe just a little bit appropriative.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. So, alright. You can just call me P.
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 P. Like urine. P. Like urine P.
Well, all right. Urine P.
Yeah.
Welcome to Side 1, Side B. How you feeling today?
Well, my tummy feels a little funny, to be honest. You asked.
You went to a particular Mexican restaurant.
I did. And it was very tasty, although they're very busy. That's why I was running late. And then your house keeps moving. So every time I come here, I have to find a different route here because your house won't stay in one place.
We've concluded that this is a Mandela effect and Pete traveled from a different universe. Or I'm a Mandela effect and I'm traveling between universes. But does that mean Dave is just immune to the whole thing, or is he also traveling? There's too many questions. So
I stand outside of time.
I believe that. Well, today we were taking a look at another soundtrack. From our perspective, the third in a row. I don't know if it's going to end up that way during the release schedule, but so far we've released one on Wayne's World, which is another movie soundtrack. Then we recorded just a regular musician compilation album, and now we're back to movie soundtracks. Today we're taking a look at music from the motion picture Judgment Night. Have you guys seen Judgment Night?
No.
Neither
not
have
once.
Kind of. Portions.
Please let us and probably our audience know what Judgment Night was about, because I have a feeling that a lot of people probably haven't seen it.
I think we should discuss the jacket first. And I want you to look at scenes from the movie and the back of the jacket and see if you can discern what kind of film it is.
Okay, I like where you're going with that. Okay. We're going to give that to Dave to do.
All right. Okay. Front. Music from the motion picture Judgment Night, and it lists all the artists on it, which, hell yeah, we'll get into more of that later, but it's
A lot of great combinations, yeah.
It's like some of the best rappers and some of the best alternative rock acts from the era, so like Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth together, for example, or Ice-T and Slayer. It's just, fuck yeah, I love every combination I'm seeing, really, I think.
Yeah, as soon as I heard about this soundtrack, I'm like, I have to own that.
Run DMC and Living Color, yeah, this is, yeah. I guess Sir Mix-a-Lot doesn't really strike me with the same amount of awe as Mudhoney, who he's paired with. But other than that, like, really good, like House of Pain and Helmet. Yeah, this. But yeah, we'll get into more of that when we get to the music. Now I'm going to look at the back, and I'm going to look at what the movie is. Okay. I see. Is that Charlie Sheen or Emilio Estevez?
It's Emilio.
Nice. So I see Emilio Estevez looking pensive in a torn up shirt. I see Cuba Gooding Jr. beating someone up. I see people like running around and jumping. This movie looks like it's about, to me this looks like it's about a gang of street toughs facing the apocalypse and getting in fights with each other.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a unofficial version of Terminator 2, except instead of Judgment Day, it's Judgment Night.
Judgment After Dark.
So does that mean Emilio Estevez is John Connor, or that he's the T800?
Or is he John Holmes?
Yeah, or the T800.
Well, let's see. Let's look at the 5 pictures we have here. This looks like they're about to be crushed.
Yeah.
So that's probably... They're both the T-1000. At the same time. Maybe they're both T-500s. And then if you put them together...
They're the T-1000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. And that's John Connor running away from the T-500s. And, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
And I have no intentions of ever seeing this movie, so that's what it's going to be about.
Wrong! All right. So, Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Stephen Dorff, and Jeremy Piven are 4 suburbanites that are going to the big game in the city, and they take a shortcut. And then they witness a murder.
Oh,
I would
another
actually
body
wa-
murdered?
Another body murdered,
I
yes.
would watch this, actually, I think. Yeah.
And basically then they have to survive this this gang led by Dennis Leary.
couldn't get Willem Dafoe.
And also featuring, I believe, it was one of the gang members. I mean, I'm only catching on to this now, but one of the dudes from House of Pain, I think, was one of the gang members as well.
Nice.
And someone else I'm a big fan of, Peter Green, is also one of the gang members, and I love everything I've ever seen him in. But that is Judgment Night in a nutshell.
I would watch that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really not a bad premise. It's just that the execution wasn't all that great. You know, it's a pretty forgettable movie, but the soundtrack was, you know, especially for the time. You know, I mean, I was in high school when this came out, and so I got it right when it came out, and it was just very eye-opening, refreshing at the time. I don't know. There's so many adjectives that are overused, but it was pretty badass at the time.
Yeah, it was kind of ahead of its time. I mean, this was kind of before nu metal, really. So the soundtrack probably had a big influence on the nu metal.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
Oh, I'm looking at the track that I'm looking forward to the song that's by Dinosaur Jr. and Del the Funky Homosapien.
One of the best.
Those are 2 artists that I love independently that I didn't know had anything to do with each other.
I will say, in my opinion, not everything on here is amazing. There's definitely some misses.
Yeah, there's a few misses
But-
from what I remember too.
But the hits, the hits are just fucking fantastic.
Yeah, so
I got 4 singles out of this too.
Yeah.
we'll take a look at what we got here. So we got 11 tracks
Does this have the bonus track on it?
with Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on here.
Okay. What makes it a bonus track then? If it's on all the releases, what's bonus about it?
I did that on the Megaton record with Electric Funeral just because I thought it's a cover. It's not really part of the record. We're just throwing it on here. But for this, was it not on the? Maybe it just wasn't on the movie. Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, so we got 11 tracks, including one bonus track, and then here on the first side we got Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth, Onyx and Biohazard, House of Pain and Helmet, Run DMC and Living Color, Ice-T and Slayer. That's pretty much just a body count song. Del the Funky Hopies. The Funky Homosapiens. Del the Funky Homosapien and Dinosaur Jr. And from what I remember, all of these songs were good. But yeah, you're familiar with the soundtrack.
Very much so.
Yeah, so we'll go with Dave. What kind of things are you expecting from this lineup? Or for these lineups, I should say.
Well, yeah, like you said, the just a body count song, which is not a bad thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but for the one that I'm the most excited about right now, the Dinosaur Jr. and Del one, I'm expecting like something really loud, a lot of feedback, and then just with kind of like Del rapping over it with his excellent like flow and delivery. I'm really looking forward to like the Run DMC and Living Color one. I bet that one will be like a little funkier, like a little more prominent bass. I'm just excited because I like the idea of the combinations. Like all the ones you listed sound really like they could work really well together. So
Yeah, I remember. I think most of my favorite songs are on side one here. Well, before we get into it, do we have any more thoughts on it?
No.
Well, all right.
I am thoughtless.
Well, me too.
This,
all right.
This is the kind of thing that could only really come out in 1993, though. And and I mean that in the best way possible. Like,
That's, oh my, I was thinking like probably like 95, 96. No, it's 31 years old?
yeah.
Damn. I'm
Like,
old.
this is, like, some of the rock acts on this are, like, at the point where they're kind of, like, a little later in their career, a little older, like, well, and then some of the rap acts, too. Like Living Color,
Yeah.
more of an 80s thing.
Yep.
Sonic Youth, I mean, went for a long time, but they started in the 80s.
Yeah.
Dinosaur Jr. were kind of winding down in their career at this point. And then, yeah. But then, like
Slayer's basically
yeah,
gone now. And
yeah.
They're going
Yeah.
back for a couple shows, but they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Run DMC was an older act like those, but a lot of the rap acts, like in '93, would have been a little newer comparatively. So.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, this is the first place I ever heard of Del the Funky Homosapien. So.
Yeah. Like his, yeah, I think it was when he was, like, fewer people knew him. He was like more of an underground act at this point.
You know,
if
and
I
I
remember right.
And I feel like he's someone's cousin. So I think that was kind of something that they was, something I had read that, you know, maybe he's Q-Tip from a Tribe Called Quest cousin. I'm not sure. But
I'll have to look that up.
yeah, but there, I can't remember there was something, and I think it was just because other people recognized that he wasn't as well known, so it's kind of like, why is he on here? You know, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And so I think it's one of those, almost but not quite. And introducing Del the Funky Homosapien.
And then he got a really big breakthrough with the rock crowd when he guested on the first Gorillaz record.
Yeah.
Well, '93. Yeah, I think most of these rap artists were well established, weren't they? Most, if not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they weren't as old as some of the rock acts were
Yeah.
on this.
But yeah, I mean, this is post Baby Got Back. Sir Mix a Lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and actually, he would have been huge at this time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the height of his career.
Yeah. You know, that's when the hippie one. I'm drawing a blank on the name.
What was Cypress Hill's first album?
Yeah, De La Soul. I mean, I think De La Soul is very fresh at that time. I think I'd heard of Boo-Yaa Tribe, but hadn't heard them when this came out. And, you know, actually, I still don't know who Fatal is as a rapper other than this.
This was like pretty early in Cypress Hill's career. This would have been about the time of their second record.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if some record labels threw a couple lesser-known artists on here just to maybe
Try to
try to
get in.
jumpstart their career.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Onyx would have been maybe 2 years known, maybe 1 year at this point.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta go back and listen to that. That's a great record.
All right. Well, we'll throw this on and we'll determine how well these combinations worked out on side one. Oh, before I put it on though, I have a funny observation. On the record, it says side A. On the sleeve, it says side one.
Which one is right? Who can say?
That's why we're side one, side B. All right. Yeah, I'm still not sure what's going on here. But...
Okay, this could be confusing. We're going to have to Wikipedia this shit because we put on the record and it was not the correct, it was not the song I was expecting from having the CD and owning the CD for 31 years. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, give me one moment to Wikipedia this stuff here, because that is going to do.
I'm seeing different pressings with, like, I'm going to Discogs. I'm seeing different pressings with different track orders.
What the?
So this would be the.
I have no idea where it is right now, but I do have a CD copy somewhere.
Yeah, this would be the September 1993 release, and then hold on, and I'm seeing a cassette version that had. Did they? What the fuck? Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you know, we'll have to discog this stuff because Wikipedia only has the CD version.
Okay, yeah, the CD version and the vinyl version. Looking at Discogs have it in a different order. I think it's the same 11 songs.
So.
Yeah, it's the same 11 songs, just in a different order. Like, I've seen this in different countries' releases.
Maybe it's a space thing. Maybe they had to rearrange the song so it fit onto two sides.
Oh, so it like,
possible, yeah.
Yeah, flow from one side to the other. Yeah, that's probably it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it is different. Wow. Like really different.
But it's all the same songs from what I can tell.
It looks like it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because... All right. Now, all right. On the album itself, does it tell you the order of the songs?
Yeah, on this one, it starts with Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth.
Okay. What's the second one?
Onyx and Biohazard.
So, all right, so we're starting at 7, and then going back to 4,
And then House of Pain and Helmet.
and then going to 1, 741,
And then Run DMC and Living Color.
7413,
Ice-T and Slayer.
74135.
And then Missing Link, Delta Funky Homosapiens.
You know what? We're just going to listen to it, and this is going to... I actually have to take notes now because it's not the I won't say it's not in the proper order.
Maybe
it's going to be like a whole new experience for you.
maybe you'll learn something new.
Okay. Well, we're going to really put this on now.
Hello?
Sean, old buddy, how's it going?
Steve, I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm polishing my rods.
Well, I'll definitely have to let you get back to that. But first, I just wanted to let you know that our band, The Alliterates, has a new release out called Live, Laugh, Love. The Alliterates, 2022 to 2024. Now available on Bandcamp.
Okay, love ya. Bye.
Sure, the cat.
Thank you. Yes, I did. All right, welcome back from side 1 or A, depending on if you're looking at the sleeve or the record.
You scared the cat that will just chill when we have band practice.
I'm sorry, Flexo. I'm sorry I yelled Slayer.
You could have yelled so many worse things.
What'd you guys think of side 1A?
I liked every track.
Confusing.
Yeah. Every
I know it's emotionally upsetting for you.
every track made sense for what I knew about the artist. You know, like there wasn't anything necessarily unexpected upon listening to it, but it was it kicked ass. I want to throw shit now. I want to kick something over. I'm gonna put my foot through that TV right there.
So you want to break stuff?
Yes. I can see how this inspired.
Is it really just one of those days?
Yeah, I can see how this inspired nu metal and where it went, but this is good, you know. So like this works, in my opinion.
I wish nu metal bands like actually paired up with like legit rappers, because I think that's why Rage Against the Machine works so well, because Zach De La Rocha was like a legit rapper.
Yeah.
Whereas it seems like a lot of metal bands, it was kind of, or nu metal bands, like the rapping was taken up by a guy that was just in the band, you know?
Yeah, well, and then like the scratching in a lot of the nu metal bands just seems like tacked on. Well, here it was like experienced rap DJs knowing where to put it. And,
Yeah, I think because of that, the songwriting tends to be better.
Makes sense.
Well, all right, so overall, my impressions are similar to Dave's. I like every song on the first side. I think my favorite is probably Me, Myself, and My Microphone, followed by Judgment Night, and then Just Another Victim. I thought, you know, probably not surprising considering I'm the heavy metal guy on the show.
Right.
Yeah, I think my favorite might have been Missing Link, and maybe that's because those were some of the artists I liked most going in. But I thought that one was one where both we'll get into it when we go track by track more, but like where the strengths of both artists really played off of each other really well.
No, I mean that's actually my favorite song off the album too.
That's how I felt about Me, Myself, and My Microphone. I thought Run DMC and Living Color were just like natural.
They're in sync.
Yeah.
Natural allies.
Yeah.
And I suppose it makes sense because Run DMC had already experimented quite a bit with rock music as part of their sound, and that's
I would say like quite a bit. Like it was more than just Walk This Way. Like a lot of their stuff incorporated like a lot of rock type samples and music. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they definitely from the start embraced it kind of as I think they knew that they're doing kind of a newer thing, but they still looked at it as being just another form of rock and roll.
Yeah, I listened a CD version of one of their albums that I have has some radio promos as bonus tracks, and they call themselves Rap and Roll in that. So yeah.
Nice.
King of Rock is one of my favorite rap records. So
yeah. But no, shall we do track by track?
Yeah, so we'll start out the Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth collaboration, I Love You, Mary Jane.
I think that song's about weed.
I thought it was about Spider-Man's girlfriend.
The song, what I like about the song is it kind of smokes the weed so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you feel like you almost get a contact high from the song itself.
Yeah. I could smell that song.
Yeah.
My notes are pretty much the song's lyrics and music definitely have a synergy.
Yeah. It's, and don't get me wrong, I do like the song, but it's a weird one to start the album with.
I thought the same thing. Yeah.
I thought the scratchy guitar thing at the very beginning was like a good album opener type of thing, but
but the song as a whole,
as a whole seemed more like a track 2 or 3.
Yeah, or even later on. Well, partially because, I mean, on the CD version, it's very late.
Yeah. I liked the Kim Gordon chanting playing off of the raps too. Though I thought that worked really well together.
No, it worked real well. Obviously the big suspicion I have is that it wasn't really so much Sonic Youth as it was Thurston Moore and Kim Gordon.
Yeah, and it is the kind of music both of them have been on the record as being fans of too.
Right.
But who are the other musicians in Sonic Youth?
Steve Shelley and Lee Ronaldo.
Steve Shelley's the drummer. Lee Ronaldo's the other guitar player.
Well, they're both credited.
Well,
they could be.
Maybe. Yeah.
Steve Shelley is a chameleon on drums too, so he can change it up quite a bit.
Yeah, because before he was in Sonic Youth, wasn't he in Gangrene? Maybe.
I think he was in Crucifix.
Maybe it was Crucifix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was a hardcore guy who.
Then got into No Wave.
Yeah.
That said, that doesn't mean they're necessarily on it. I mean,
true.
Yeah.
We talked about how Kiss's Psycho Circus record only has one song where all 4 of the original members played on it. So
yeah, this song was cool. It was, I don't know, in a way, maybe it didn't feel like a opening track, but it was. It did kind of ease you into the whole thing by being like the most laid back song on the whole side so far, to a degree.
And and on a completely unrelated note, but since we are talking about Sonic Youth and are talking about a movie soundtrack, so the 2 guys who took the car for the joyride in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the parking attendants, that dude was the original drummer for Sonic Youth.
Oh yeah, the one who barely lasted very long. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Richards, Edson, something like that.
Yeah, I like the albums he's on, even though they are the least accessible Sonic Youth records.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of feel maybe he was like me drumming in Gong Farmer. Is like, yeah, sure, I'll sit here and hit some things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sonic Youth is the band that bullied Nardwuar, and to the point that it kind of made me really sad.
Yeah.
They apologized for it.
Oh, do.
Yeah.
Nardwuar, interview us.
Yes, I did like that Thurston Moore waited until towards the end of the song to do really the Thurston Moore feedback drenched solo stuff, and I thought that was like cool how that kind of faded in.
No, and I thought it was really tasteful how they kind of held it back.
Yeah, and Cypress Hill are really fucking good at
Being Cypress Hill.
Yeah, doing the yell rap type vocals. Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he's always had. I mean, it's not just one guy, but that one dude. I'm not good with the names, but he's always just had a very unique voice, and that's really, I think that's kind of what made Cypress Hill is just the uniqueness of his voice. How it wasn't this really big, loud, aggressive, but this almost like this subtly sinister.
Yeah. You mean Be Real or?
Yeah, I think so. I'm bad.
No, you're fine. But it was a good pairing. I can, like, when I see the names next to each other, I can see how those two artists could work together, but I wouldn't have thought to put them together.
Yeah, no, I can see that, yeah. Interesting question then. If you were putting together, what rock act would you put Cypress Hill with?
From that era?
From that era.
93. I might have.
They actually did end up working with Rage Against the Machine in the official capacity.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
I might have done Cypress Hill with Living Color.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, what band out of the Omaha scene would you pair him with?
Cypress Hill?
Yeah.
The shittiest.
The shittiest.
I was thinking RAF, but...
The RAF is the right answer. The shittiest is the funny answer, though.
All right, we should probably move on.
Yeah.
All right, Onyx and Biohazard.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. This is a great title track. Great hard-hitting song. Fucking heavy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
A fist pumper was the first thing I wrote in my notes. Fighting music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this is actually the second collaboration between Biohazard and Onyx.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because so Onyx's big first hit was Slam. Well, they did a remix version of that with Biohazard.
Oh, cool.
So
nice. Yeah, the drums sounded really huge on this one too.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure that sounded like a live drummer and an 808 layered together.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of wondering about that too. There's definitely a live drummer there, but just. And so that's wonder if it's like an 808 layered with it, or if they just used other production techniques to kind of get those sounds out of it.
Yeah, because it was definitely the kind of beat that people programmed into 808s.
Right.
Back in the earlier days of rap, but it was like the huge live drum sound. But I also did think I heard some electronics underneath it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was amazing. Like drumming wise, this was the most interesting song for me. Just for that particular instrument.
No offense to Paul Bostoff.
Yeah. And the vocal delivering fucking sold it too. Like, it reminded me of. Yeah, to me this seemed like a more aggressive version of like the kind of thing like No Sleep Till Brooklyn type of thing.
Right.
Like the License to Ill type era.
Yeah.
Boys. Yeah.
But Onyx was they took their cues from the hardcore and punk music at the time. The scenes and moshing, and it's like we don't want to do a rap show where people are out there dancing and grinding and shit. We want to do a rap show where people are out there moshing.
Yeah. Let's see some fucking elbows thrown.
Yeah.
Well, we've said before on this podcast that punk and hip hop, I think, have a lot in common.
Oh, definitely. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, this one was my second favorite song on this side, probably on the whole record. And yeah, I already like Biohazard. Biohazard did one of my favorite Black Sabbath covers. They did a fucking great version of After Forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, this song is just fabulous.
See, at the time, I was actually in Biohazard quite a bit at the time.
Oh, cool.
Just because most of the kids I was hanging out with, the bad kids, listening with their skateboards and their satanic metal music. But
Well, you know, Christian moms are right about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
and Marilyn Manson.
And Marilyn Manson. I saw, I think it was a tweet or a screenshot of a tweet somewhere where it was, too bad Edgar Allan Poe isn't around now because he would love a beloved children's author losing her mind in her castle to black mold.
All right. House of Pain and Helmet, Just Another Victim. That's another one I thought just hit really, really fucking hard.
Yeah.
I can see why this was the track 1 on the CD version.
Yeah, well, yeah, 'cause just started the
Yeah.
you know, it's just such a brutal riff.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, it's one of those things that never let up. And I was also really into Helmet at the time too.
Yeah.
So.
I liked how funky the bass was on like the first part too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they definitely, and Helmet, you know, always kind of were good about having a lot of, I don't want to call them jazzy rhythms, but more syncopated rhythms.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was kind of one of the hallmarks of their sound. And, you know, one of the things that I kind of picked up on that I don't know if I ever really kind of caught before, though, is that during the chorus, on the original parts, oftentimes rap music is what samples, you know, rock music, for example. We'll sample that and layer it in, and then you'll hear the sample, and then they rap over the top of it. But this was kind of the opposite way around, because I think what they did is they took at the end where they're doing the chorus for Just Another Victim, I think they literally sampled that and interspersed it into the chorus in the first part, because I don't think someone was necessarily singing it with. I think they literally took a sample of it because of how accurate it was every time.
Yeah, I think that seems like it was the case. Yeah, I kind of like it. It did kind of feel like two different songs mashed together, but not in a bad way.
Right.
To some degree, and I like the little, like, quiet, like, noise breakdown thing in between before coming into the second part. I thought it worked really well with that. I thought the first part was the one that seemed the most like the direction nu metal would eventually take. I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just like the kind of the yell rapping with the kind of funky bass and the like really heavy guitar riff.
Yeah, for me, the angry metal vocals and the chorus I thought really blended well together. And then when it went into that rap part over the heavy guitar part later, it hit really fucking hard. And it sounded just as angry as the metal vocals, but just in a different way.
Yeah, like when it got into the rap part is what really made the song for me too. Yeah, like the rapping, and then I liked like the scratching, like the synth playing that was in the background there with the rest of it. Like it felt like it was bringing it like everything all back together at the end, and I thought it was really cool, and it really grabbed your attention by changing it up there.
You know, and one of the things, one of the big downfalls of nu metal and also ska punk is that it's so easy to fall into the very simple formula of we're going to rap or ska during the verse parts, and then we're going to get heavy as fuck on the choruses. Yeah. And so it's just this, hey, we're not so heavy here, then we're heavy. We're not so heavy here, but then we're heavy again. Yeah. And so that's one of the other things that's nice about this, about kind of keeping that heaviness all the way through it, in that sense, but still kind of, like I said, the two different songs, but tied together.
I think for me, what I think didn't work a lot of times with nu metal is they didn't combine the parts of metal and rap that I would have wanted them to, because it was more about like partying and having fun with a lot of them. Whereas I would have rather heard the violent gangster rap mixed with metal. That would have made a lot more sense to me, which Ice-T ended up doing with Body Count.
Well, he doesn't really.
But that's not really a rap.
No, yeah, because he doesn't rap in Body Count.
Yeah, not a lot anyway. He does a little bit.
None of the Body Count I listened to back in my day.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Honestly, I haven't listened to any new Body Count. Actually, the newest thing for Body Count I've heard is their institutionalized cover, which I was not a fan of.
Yeah, I was incredibly disappointed by that cover.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I mean, he kind of made it into a novelty, I felt like.
Yeah. I just want to play my Xbox. Oh my fucking god.
He really sounded like an old man yelling at the cloud, especially with the, I don't know what my fucking password is.
Yeah.
So,
What's
yeah,
a
I
vegan?
liked it, but I don't think I liked
sandwich.
it.
I don't care that you don't know what a vegan is. Yeah.
I liked it, but probably not for the reasons you wanted me to like it. Yeah, just another victim. Great song. Next one, Run DMC and Living Color. Me, Myself, and My Microphone. That's my favorite one on the album, I think.
Yeah, it really combined what's great about both artists too, and I love Run DMC. They're one of my favorite hip hop groups of all time. I really like the way Run and DMC can trade lines with each other.
Yeah.
And it's like they really justify having two different MCs just with the way they trade off of each other. And that time, like in the late '90s, early aughts or whatever, and they tried to do a reunion album and weren't getting along anymore, and that element really wasn't in there was what made that album not work at that point. So it's just like they are just such a great duo with each other, and this song really worked with that. And then like I love it every time they work with like a full band too, because it just fills out the space quite a bit. I love like the minimalistic,
Right.
DJ stuff that they do too, but it's really fun to hear them change it up and do something like this.
Yes. And that was the first word I thought of with the song was fun.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest and say that it's not one of my favorite albums our favorite songs on the album. But no, it is fun, and what we said earlier is that they do pair so nicely with Living Color.
Yeah.
So it really does fit there.
To the point I wish there was a whole album of this.
Yeah. But I did have another thought, though, too. Maybe if Aerosmith hadn't sucked so bad in the early 90s, they could have been on here with a different rapper. Just
they
throwing
could
it
have
out
been.
there.
Yeah. A better version of Aerosmith that
Yeah.
couldn't have existed in that year.
Like 70s
Yeah.
Aerosmith?
Yeah.
When Aerosmith retired, it was very much a, oh no. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spotify was like, hey Steve, want to listen to Aerosmith? I'm like, no.
There are some people that blame Run DMC for Aerosmith getting back together and making most of their bad music. It's like, come on, that's not fair to Run DMC.
No, and you know what, though? Ragdoll is still a good song.
I think they've written a lot of really good songs, I think, but I don't know. Everybody in that band seems like such a tool that it kind of ruined it for me.
Joe Perry's all right.
Yeah.
I like Joe Perry. Joe Perry.
But yeah, Living Color is also a great band. Like, the bass playing is one of the things that really makes them too, and like doing song, song that's so beat based but also really heavy. The bass is going to be doing a lot of lifting in songs like this, and Living Color having such a great funk bass player for this type of thing really elevates the song.
Another soundtrack that really got me into metal was the Grand Theft Auto Vice City soundtrack. And it had like Megadeth and Anthrax and Iron Maiden, and I think Slayer was on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also had Living Color, I really liked Living Color because Cult of Personality, their most popular song, is probably a great song, I'd say. And fun fact, when I first heard it for the longest time, I thought it was I'm a fucked up personality.
I'm a fucked up personality.
I'm Joseph Stalin
I relate to this song.
and Gandhi.
Well, yeah.
Actually, yes.
If you dig deep enough, yeah.
If you dig deep enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ice-T and Slayer, Disorder. Not a rap song in the slightest.
Yeah,
really.
no, this was
Nope.
the least rap song on the album so far.
And it's just a medley of Disorder songs.
Exploited.
Oh, Exploited, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't know who Exploited was at the time, but I am a fucking Exploited fan now. I get they're
Yeah.
kind of cheesy and like kind of easy to laugh at.
But they've written some bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these 3 songs included.
Yeah, and that also explains why this sounded punkier than I thought the Slayer song would sound.
Right.
Too, because it's exploited covers.
You
But
know.
yeah, I would love more songs where Ice-T is just the vocalist for Slayer. I liked his vocal delivery with Slayer more than I like the vocal delivery on most Slayer songs, honestly.
See, that's what Kerry King should have done when he went solo. He should have got Ice-T to sing for the solo band.
Yeah.
Oh, he got the guy from Death Angel, which, pretty good choice.
But
I was telling you guys while we were listening to this song, years ago, I read somebody on, I think it was the Megadeth forum, was talking about how they left their electric guitar plugged in while they were like making food or something. And I guess their cat just went up to the guitar and just started like batting at it. And he thought somebody picked up his guitar and just started playing the Rain and Blood guitar song. And I was reminded of that because there's a certain point on this song where the solo started and I just turned to Pedro there and I go, Kerry King solo?
There was a time with it being a medley where I thought it was maybe moving on to the next song, and then like there's like, nope, that's Kerry King. Yeah.
But and the funny thing is I hate Slayer. I really do. You know, I like a few songs here and there, but largely I hate them. But this is definitely the best thing they ever did, I think.
They lost their magic for me after Tom Araya became a MAGA guy. But I don't suppose that should have been the moment that ended them for me because like Kerry King and Jeff Hanneman were doing interviews back in the 90s. They were talking about how they were listening to Rush Limbaugh and shit. So
Yeah.
And Kerry King has since moved past that, so props to him on that. But I don't know. I think rock stars being Republicans is the lamest fucking thing ever. So
I think anyone being Republican is the lamest thing ever.
well,
It's also funny too that it is funny with like those guys being Rush Limbaugh songs, probably at this time, 93, doing exploited songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me you didn't read the lyrics.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have to. Ice-T read them.
it's funny because Ice-T also has worked with Dave Mustaine, who is also very
Yeah.
Well, he's never said anything really pro-Trump, so I suspect he doesn't actually like Trump or he thinks it's going to hurt his career. But, I mean, one of his albums is an Alex Jones concept album,
Yeah.
basically. So,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Maybe Ice-T...
Why would you write an Alex Jones concept album when there's already a song that perfectly encapsulates Alex Jones? Stewart by the Dead Milkmen.
You know what? I would pay good money to hear Megadeth with Ice-T cover Stewart by the Dead Milkmen.
I would too. That'd be the best thing ever, guys.
All right, let's get enough money together that we can offer that to Ice-T and Dave Mustaine. But yeah, otherwise, I think I listed this as like my fourth favorite on here, and you know, it was a really fun medley, but because it wasn't like an original song, I think I would have preferred Ice-T and Slayer had produced an original song
Right.
in a medley of covers. But that said, it was still a really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
medley of
No,
covers.
I mean, it is kind of lazy in that aspect. I get it. You know, but it worked out really well.
Yeah.
I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
I would just love to. Ice-T and Slayer, you know, Slayer, you're doing 3 shows. Just have Ice-T backstage. Just do a song with you real quick.
Your TV is lucky I decided not to wear my Doc Martens today after listening to that.
All right, next one. Dell, the funky Homosapiens, and Dinosaur Jr. Missing link.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it wrong every time.
yeah.
I'm just gonna lean into it.
Yeah, that time I could tell it was on purpose. I really like this one. This one was probably my favorite, or at least it's the one that I would most put on a mix of other songs, I think. Like, it felt a little laid back after the previous song.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it was a necessarily laid back song, but, you know, it was more laid back than the exploited medley with Ice-T and Slayer, but I think that really worked for it. You know, you could kind of vibe for it, but it still got heavy. I liked the way how Dell's delivery paired with J Mascis's playing.
Mm-hmm.
J Mascis has a reputation of being kind of a control freak, but I felt like he was incredibly restrained when he had to be on this song. And maybe at this point he'd matured past whatever fights he was having with Dinosaur Jr.'s original bass player, who had long left the band,
Right.
Barlow, at this point. But yeah, like this was like it did like the nice relaxed rhythm guitar when it needed to, and then just the big wall of feedback. Loudest concert I've ever been to, Dinosaur Jr. I felt like I was getting punched in the chest when he was soloing, just like all the force coming out of the amps. And so like, but then like Dell's kind of laid back yet still aggressive to meet the music type of tone really works well with this. This song is a perfect song if you're going to do the really loud alternative rock grunge type music with rap.
My loudest concert, and this is not a compliment because it was actually really annoying, was fucking Night Ranger. And somebody had the guy's bass turned up so fucking loud that it was clipping, and I couldn't hear fucking anything else besides this motherfucker's bass. And so the entire time I'm just like, oh god. Like, I don't even like Nightwish, and now I like them even less. So
Nightwish or Night Ranger? You said Night
no,
Ranger.
Night Ranger.
Okay.
Misspoke there.
All right.
I don't mind Nightwish. I'm not a big fan, but they have some good songs. But no, Night Ranger, way too fucking loud on the bass, and they were opening for Grand Funk Railroad, who I took my dad to go see. So.
Oh yeah, and when the bass is too loud, it just gets muddy and clippy. So yeah,
And I think the only original member in Night Ranger is the bass player.
that explains it. Yeah,
So-
actually, yeah.
Now, as far as this song, Del, the Funky Homosapien, and Dinosaur Jr., I will preface this by saying it was probably my least favorite on this side, but by no means because I disliked it, just because, you know, I'm a metal guy, and it was too soft for metal guys. No, it was just chill and not something I would typically gravitate towards, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah, this and the Sonic Youth one were the least metal of all of them. Yes, yeah.
Yep.
Because those aren't metal bands, so that's part of it. But yeah,
No, this one's pretty much always been my favorite song on the album. It's smooth. It's and I'm guessing it's probably a bit bluesier than you were expecting.
yeah, a little bit. Although, yeah,
But I've always loved the bass on it. Just always loved that, and just the way everything flowed together.
Yeah.
It was just kind of perfect in that sense. And I remember because at the time I was really big into the X-Men collectible cards.
oh yeah,
I didn't have the time or the patience for the comic books, but I liked, knowing about the characters. And so when he mentioned, Kitty Pryde citywide, I was like, Kitty Pryde?
yeah. She can walk through walls.
Hey,
Yeah,
we connect.
Yeah.
You're like me.
yeah. This was.
Well, if you don't want to read the X-Men comics, there's a David Bowie album that's about the X-Men that we talked about in a previous and/or upcoming episode, depending on release.
Yeah. It's not really about the X-Men. It's a couple weird coincidences
Okay.
in the lyrics. But yeah. But yeah, no, like this one was like both this one and the Sonic Youth one. To me, I liked them a lot because they were good, like summertime songs, in my opinion. Like "Roll Down the Windows."
Yeah.
Just songs to kind of relax to while you're driving, but with enough propulsive energy to keep you going to your destination.
Right, and not sappy like summertime.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, like summertime, like it's nice out, but I'm pissed. Yeah,
I like that description. I think the two artists fit really well together, kind of in the same vein as Run DMC and Living Color. I thought they just kind of
Gelled
together. Yeah.
yeah. I feel like the Gorillaz might have been inspired by this song.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
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 Which might be why Damon Albarn reached out to Funky Homosapien.
Yep.
All right, so that was side 1. What we have to look forward to here on side 2, we have 5 songs. We have De La Soul and Teenage Fanclub, Sir Mix-a-Lot and Mudhoney, Boo-Yaa Tribe and Faith No More, Fatal and Therapy, and Cypress Hill and Pearl Jam this time. On the bonus track that's on every pressing, so we don't know why it's a bonus track.
I'm just going to assume it wasn't in the movie at this point.
That's my assumption, but yeah, otherwise, maybe it's because Cypress Hill's on it twice.
I don't know.
Yeah. From what I remember, this side has a lot more misses than hits. Or at least, well, I don't know, we'll put it on.
Or it has
We'll see. I haven't listened to it in a while.
Or it has any misses while this side was all hits, maybe.
Well, side 1, yeah, I liked every song on that one.
Yep.
But this one has one of my favorites on it. Like, I think Another Body Murdered is excellent. But I don't remember the other ones as well, so that probably means I either didn't like them or wasn't paying attention. So, all right, we'll throw this on.
Hello?
Andrew!
Steve. The restraining order.
Oh, that expired last week. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know, we have a new live release out called Live, Laugh, Love, The Alliterates, 2022 to 2024, now on our Bandcamp page, thealliterates.bandcamp.com. Go check it out.
Okay. I need to call my lawyer. Bye.
And we are back from side 2B.
It was... Side 2 was fine.
That's a very glowing endorsement there, Dave.
Tell us how you really... Motherfucker. You...
Oh, do you want one?
I can get it myself. Just saying. Got one each one.
Taking a pause. I'm gonna put it in
You know,
music right here.
I brought in... Yeah. I brought him his first beer, but didn't bring him his second because I didn't... I wasn't thinking like a good host at that time.
So therefore, obviously, if I'm getting rid of liquids, I don't need to put more liquids back in. I mean, come on.
I think we should just leave this in.
Oh, I'm going to.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, yours is bigger. And it clipped it. All right, yeah. Side 2.
No, let's talk about beer. This is now a Pilsner podcast.
For cheap lagers, I tend to like to get the Mexican beers more than the American beers. So like the Modelo's over. Yeah.
I prefer the Negro over the Especial, though.
Yeah, I do too. Generally, it's just this was the Especial was the one that was in like the big 36 pack. So
Yeah.
I'm drinking something from a company that could potentially sponsor us someday, so I'm not going to say what it is. But it's water. But yeah, side 2, not as good as side 1.
No.
But also had a couple bangers, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another Body Murdered, the first thing I said was I would take a whole album of that.
Yeah.
And I thought the Cypress Hill and Pearl Jam song was really good.
Yeah.
So those two I thought were great, and I liked Come and Die, even though it was nothing to write home about.
Right,
But,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
good.
I didn't.
We'll get to that.
I didn't hate any of the songs, but I didn't think they all. It wasn't like. I wasn't pumped up like I was after the first side, you know.
I'll have to disagree with that statement.
I know you hated a couple of the
Yeah.
songs, but I didn't hate them. They just
Yeah.
weren't as good. They
Right.
And a couple of them kind of dragged, but yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so, well, you go ahead and give your...
All right. So De La Soul, who I will apologize because for some reason, for 30 years, I've always thought that was PM Dawn, not De La Soul on this album. But probably the worst song on the whole album, I think.
I'd agree.
I don't think it was the worst song.
Okay. And that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get
into that. Yeah.
I'm not sure either.
I think I know which you think is the worst song, and I don't think it's the worst song because I at least get some entertainment value out of it.
I think you know what I'm going to say.
Yes.
The one positive I will say is that I thought that De La Soul and Teenage Fanclub did fit together really well. So, it wasn't like there's just like a bad mixture between the artists by any means. But I also wonder if it was maybe just kind of too light of a song for the soundtrack.
Yeah, it didn't fit with the other songs.
Or the movie itself.
Yeah, it didn't fit with the songs or what I know about the movie. I wouldn't mind this song in a different context, I don't think, which is why I don't hate it.
I was picturing some, montage in my head. I don't know, some inspirational montage moment or something, and based on what little I know about the movie, I just can't picture it being in there.
Yeah. I can picture a potential Valtrex commercial.
Yeah. De La Soul is a very different kind of rapper than every other rapper that has been on here, too. Like this, and then Teenage Fanclub is a very different band from every kind of rock band that's been on here. Like we've had different kinds of rock bands. We've had Slayer, we've had Sonic Youth. They don't play the same kind of rock, but they both have a kind of aggressiveness to them.
Yeah.
Teenage Fanclub isn't the same kind of aggressive band, and De La Soul isn't the same kind of aggressive rapper. He's more of kind of laid back, chill type of guy.
Right, and Teenage Fanclub is, to me, I've always thought that they're kind of like Sonic Youth without any anger.
Yeah, they're more of the jangly side of music. They're They're like that Scottish kind of jangle noise pop type of thing. While Sonic Youth is deeply aggressive and nihilistic, just with some pretty moments. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was a decent song. I thought the Tom Petty sample was neat.
I like the Tom Petty sample. I thought it worked really well. I didn't like the
Best
way
part of the song.
Yeah. I didn't like the way it just abruptly ended. I think it would have been better as a fade, and I also think it dragged a little bit, so just fade it out sooner rather than just suddenly stop like that.
Yeah. That was pretty jarring.
Yeah, it was incredibly jarring.
It was to the point where we all, or well, at least me and Dave both looked at the record player thinking it skipped or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hate this song. I liked this song. I just don't think it worked with everything else around it. I wouldn't mind it in some kind of movie where there's some kind of workout montage, or not even that. No, that would be too aggressive for this song.
That's what the Diano album is for.
Listen, I wouldn't mind this. I wouldn't mind this in a movie about someone getting over a breakup, that kind of thing.
Yeah. That would be perfect for a scene like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, there must have been a scene in this movie where the T-500s break up with the antagonist here.
Yeah.
Sorry, the protagonist.
And that's
or maybe
that's where this
the
song
main
goes.
character's the antagonist. It's a twist. He's gonna eliminate the future.
Yeah. It didn't.
There is no future.
All right. Next song. Sir Mix-a-Lot and Mudhoney.
The worst song on the album.
See, now, I think that this was the second worst song on the album, but I also feel like it should have been the worst song on the album, if that makes any sense.
It sounded,
they were trying hard to be, they just didn't quite suck enough.
It sounded like Primus, but not in a good way. Primus is fine, but it sounded...
Yeah, when you said that, I said, this would be Primus if Primus actually sucked.
Yeah. It just...
I thought it was uninspired. The Baby Got Back reference in the first verse felt incredibly forced.
I rolled my eyes
Yeah.
at that the first time I ever heard it.
The guitar work, I'm not disparaging this guitar player, but it didn't sound like I like Mudhoney. I like Mudhoney's guitar work. It didn't sound like Mudhoney. It sounded like the guitar work on the B-52s after Ricky Wilson died. So not like Ricky Wilson, but the later... it sounds like the guitar playing from Love Shack.
Yeah.
Which works on Love Shack, but not on this.
Yeah, honestly, I've never actually really given Mudhoney a chance because of this song.
Touch Me, I'm Sick is one of the best grunge songs ever written.
And you know what? I'll never know because of this song.
I think because I know Sir Mix-a-Lot's a corny motherfucker that I knew it was going to be that way when I was listening to it. So I don't know. I get some entertainment value out of it. And that also makes me want to make us do the Vanilla Ice new metal albums.
Oh, God. Hold on to your butts.
It'll be in the same vein as our eventual season closer when we do Def Leppard, except it'll be Vanilla Ice.
But now, the only like Sir Mix-a-Lot is a one-hit wonder. Like the only song of his I can remember off the top of my head is Baby Got Back. And now I'm gonna.
My Posse's on Broadway.
Yeah, that's the only one I know too.
Yeah.
I don't know the one.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know that one. But yeah, like, but now the legacy of the fun I can have with that song is kind of tarnished because I'm gonna remember this. Like this is bad enough that it's gonna stay in my mind.
This is bad enough it's somehow going to make Baby Got Back worse.
Well, you're gonna get to hear Ice Ice Baby if it was worse. When we do.
Oh, I've heard the new metal version
Yeah,
of Ice Ice
yeah.
Baby. Like when I found out it existed, I had to check it out because it sounded like such a bad idea, and it was.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's exactly why I checked it out. And now I'm just trying to think, which of our negative friends are we gonna want for that one?
Sean, that'd be a good one for Sean.
I was also thinking Clayton would be a good one for that.
Yeah.
But I remember that when that happened, actually, because there was kind of some press around it, and Vanilla Ice was trying to talk about how, I mean, this is who I really am, this is who I always have been, I wasn't able to express that in my earlier albums, and it was, oh, God, it was so horrible.
It kind of reminds me of how pissed off Eminem would get early on in his career when, like, everybody would tell him that he shouldn't be a rapper, he should be, like, a rock singer. And I think the same thing happened to Vanilla Ice, but he's like, okay.
Yeah. Eminem is a really good rapper.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, he's the Temu version of Eminem, even though he came before him. All right, Boo-Yaa Tribe and Faith No More, Another Body Murdered.
I love this song.
Back on track.
Yeah,
This was easily the best song on side 2.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
This could be my favorite on the whole album. I can't decide between that one and Me and Myself and My Microphone.
It might be my new favorite Faith No More song.
Yeah, that song just it hit really fucking hard. Both the artists worked incredibly well together.
Yep.
And yeah, it hit so fucking hard.
I loved like the kind of soaring vocals leading into like the chugging heavy guitar in the intro. Just it felt like it brought the album back on track after a confusing song and a bad song.
Yeah.
And I also really like the piano in that. For some reason,
Yep.
it really just glues it all together in my head.
It was incredibly
Roddy Bottom.
Yeah, it was menacing. It made it creepy. It made it like if you played just this song for me and told me it was from a movie, I would assume a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I was familiar somewhat with Boo-Yaa Tribe, not from music, but I think an MTV News story on them or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I knew they were Samoan brothers, but yeah, they have. And they definitely were like the rappers, street gang background sort of stuff, but they also were known for kind of also being kind of metalheads too, and having kind of putting that aesthetic on top of things as well. And the other thing here is, especially now, at the time I didn't know the musical and vocal range of Mike Patton. And honestly, I don't know. Did Mike Patton rap on this? Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I have no idea. Maybe he did the maybe that's all he did on this song. But I don't care. It's just, who did what on here? It's just a fucking great song.
Yeah.
And the fucking scratching, that sounds.
It fits so well.
It's some of the best scratching I've heard. It sounds all. It reminded me of like like the really aggressive like noise synths on like a Killing Joke song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic song.
No, like I don't know anything that could have been different that would have made it better. This might be a perfect song.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Fatal and Therapy, Come and Die.
It was decent.
Yeah, you know,
That's pretty much my thoughts on it. It sounded heavy. I thought they worked well together. I would like to hear a second attempt at a collaboration because this one just kind of dragged.
This is going to be the first song I forget off this album.
Exactly.
I guarantee that.
that, I mean, that's what that was my first note on here. Not bad, but the most easily forgettable song.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it.
You know, it was lazy songwriting. You know, good guitar work, but lazy songwriting. And thinking about kind of some of the comments you've made about some of the other songs here, as how you can see where those other songs were an influence upon nu metal. Mm-hmm. This song is kind of an example of what nu metal actually became.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, like the one part of it that I thought was actually kind of interesting was there was a point where like they're doing kind of like the scratchy guitar player on top of record scratching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was the only thing that kind of like grabbed my ear as this is kind of interesting, and then it was over. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of moments in there that I thought were interesting, but overall the song just kind of, it went on for too long, and it seemed to me like it would have been a good proof of concept, but it needed to be fleshed out a bit more.
They needed a little more time in the studio to work it out, probably.
Yeah.
Fun fact. As much of a Black Sabbath fan as I am, and I think this is kind of a funny detail, but probably not the first time I heard Iron Man, but the first time I sought out the song Iron Man was on a file sharing network. So I just typed in Iron Man, Ozzy Osbourne, because I didn't know what the difference between Ozzy and Sabbath were.
Right.
And what I got was the Ozzy Osbourne singing Iron Man for Therapy version off Nativity in Black, which we're going to do at some point. And so for the longest time, I thought that was the version of Iron Man. Until I picked up Paranoid, and I went, why does it sound so much more lo-fi? But I will say, I like Therapy's version of Iron Man. I thought they did a really good version of that. This, mid.
Yeah.
Not something I would skip.
Yeah. And
not something I would remember either.
Yeah.
At least we're gonna remember. Well, maybe not at least, but we're gonna remember Freak Mama. And then to close it out, the bonus track, Cypress Hill and Pearl Jam, Real Thing. That's my second favorite on this side, and probably one of the better songs on the album, I'd say.
It was good.
Yeah. It's Jeff Ament. I mean, his tone is just very recognizable.
Yeah.
And I'm not a huge Pearl Jam fan. I kind of was at the time. First couple albums. Third one is the one where I kind of dropped off a bit.
I like
That's where a lot of people dropped off, I think. Yeah.
I like some Pearl Jam, but I blame them for post-grunge. Whenever I hear, whenever I hear Eddie Vedder sing, I'm like, that's where the Jarl came from. That's where Scott Stapp and Chad Kroger, they came from him.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, Pearl Jam, that I'm putting that on you. I'm sorry.
You are much better than Creed and Nickelback.
But Creed is basically just a rehashing of all the bad Pearl Jam songs.
Yeah.
And one of the things I thought was good though too is that they focused on the bass. You can hear the guitars in there, but the guitars are definitely in the background on the upper register of things, just kind of flitting over the top of stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the things that threw me off a little bit here is that, so I did think that the music on this one was better than on the Sonic Youth one, but the rapping wasn't as good.
The rapping wasn't as good.
It was less memorable.
The music was, I don't know, the music was more cohesive than the Sonic Youth one, but I think the Sonic Youth one, struck me as a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Like what they were doing with the music. I did like the way the bass did, like went for a walk some at the end too, just like
Oh yeah.
yeah, that was really cool. And I liked how like the tone on the guitars, it sounded like Pearl Jam, but it also kind of invoked like the same kind of vibe as like the kind of synth they had on rap songs in the early '90s. That makes sense. Like,
I
a little bit of that tone to it.
I told like kind of like the Burning Whirl kind of like.
Yeah.
I guess I mean I'd have to listen to it again to try and hear that specifically because I can't make that connection right now.
It was a better closer than Come and Die. I am really glad that they put on the bonus track and it just didn't end it on Come and Die.
Maybe that's why it's a bonus.
Yeah. Oh, here's a song that we couldn't fit into the movie. Let's make the album good by putting it on the end of the... Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I would say mostly hits, 2 misses, and 1 meh.
Yeah.
Overall, so it was. I mean, I would suggest to anybody listening to this, if you're at all interested in this gimmick, it's worth picking up.
Yeah, as a whole, it's worth listening to.
Yeah, and even the moments that I didn't care for as much, I would say, if not good, are still entertaining.
Yeah. Put Fallin in a mix of songs that don't sound anything like the other songs in here, and it will be fine.
But yeah, any other thoughts before we wrap this up?
Nope, still thoughtless.
Still thoughtless.
I'm glad we listened to this. This was a really cool episode to do.
Yes. Judgment Night was something I picked up relatively early in my musical journey, earlier than I would have expected, because at the time I fucking hated rap. And I would fucking tell you how much I hated rap.
Right.
And, but, I don't know. For some reason, part of me was like, oh, they mixed a rapper and a rocker? Okay, I gotta hear that. So this album might be one of the first things that started to melt my cold black metal heart. Not black metal, but black metal. I was listening to more thrash metal, not Burzum. So, I have that to thank for it, and I bought a Laserdisc copy of this movie, so probably someday as a bonus episode we'll do side 1, side B of this movie, and it'll literally be side 1, side B, because Laserdiscs are just movie records.
You have to flip them.
Yeah, we'll get to do the exact same format.
Nice.
All right, well, plug your shit.
No, I'm not feeling tonight. So,
if you want to hear Pedro's pluggables, then check out either the Red Fang. No, just the Red Fang episode.
yeah.
Hot Rod to the Gods. Listen to them.
We're a band that exists. We recorded one song, but haven't released it yet. So.
Well, what's taking you so long? By the time this comes out, it might be out.
The season's almost over too, so who knows?
Well, now, what really constitutes a season?
When we hit an arbitrary number that we set, and then decide to take a break after it.
Yeah.
And during that break, we're going to release EP episodes, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Household Faces. I'm still waiting for season 2 of that podcast. It's been like 4 years.
We're not going to take that long.
No, we'll only take like 3 years.
I was thinking,
John Ross Bowie, I'm waiting on you.
it'll probably be like 3 weeks, honestly.
I was thinking like maybe a couple months or something, but in that time we would be doing we're planning our election special and our October surprise special.
Yeah.
And our EP episode, so yeah, we'll still have a lot going on when we're not doing the season, so.
Oh.
And with that,
This is side 1, side B with Dave and Steve. Catch you on the flip side.
Wonk wonk.
hey everyone, Steve here. Check out our new release, Live, Laugh, Love the Alliterates. Now available on Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer, and more. Now check out our song, The Art of Loving Correction, a song that's kind of messed up. Side 1, Side B is a Floof Goof Studios production. Check us out on the interwebs by going to my website, killrockmusic.com. That's KILRAVOCK music.com. And there's a tab for Side 1, Side B. And additionally, you can check out me and Dave's projects, The Alliterates and Lucid Fugue, respectively. You can also check us out on Instagram at KillRockMusicSWS. And